back into skiing again it's entering back into structure. It's entering back into a schedule that's 24 hours a day. It's physical training, it's skiing, it's physiotherapy, it's mobility. Quite the contrast from my other life, but it's good. I like those two contrasts. Being a member of the Attacking Vikings is for sure unique. We've got a unique culture. I think I find myself in a bit of a funny spot, I guess. I'm obviously of the younger ones on the team, coming from a different generation than the others. And then I also think that my background also has shaped me a bit differently, which I think is really healthy for a unit like we are, because I feel like I may be a challenger to the system and to the program and to how we achieve our success maybe, you know? My relationship with my service mentor is, it's make or break. And we're working on changing something, developing something day in and day out. We've got to be extremely honest about what we both think of each other's work every day. We're friends, but we're also trying to become the best in something. And trying to be best in something isn't always comfortable. He just accepts me for who I am, which allows me to be really comfortable with him. And if people, the circle of the skiing community is questioning me, he never does. You know, he just accepts it. Coming back to Solden for the World Cup openers is always very special and unique. There's a whole bunch of new factors within the teams, within the industry. Audience is back, and there's just a whole lot of insecurity, and it really sets the standard for the rest of the season. Everyone's locked in on this race. Everyone's excited to see the changes that people have made and what effect it may have. This year especially, it's my first time ever starting a season as a top 7 athlete. You've got so many more eyes on you this time around. So much higher expectations. It's a cool feeling, but it's also quite an intimidating one. I come back to the new season with the goal of implementing all the growth that I've made, both inside and outside the sport the past year. You've got everything to win, but you also got everything to lose. And that feels like a leap of faith. The World Cup opener in Solden is that since it's a month ahead of the next race, it puts a whole lot of pressure on it, because failing in the World Cup openers, your next month isn't really much of a good feeling. There's so much tension coming into a race like this. The way I have to cope with it is to do nothing but trust me, trust the work that I've put in, trust my vision, trust my beliefs. I try to get as far away from the situation as possible, as far away from the pressure and the reality that I'm now in. It very often comes back to music, and the music is changing depending on my mood. You could really see our differences when it comes to the starting area in a race. People just in their bubble, not saying a word, being super calm. Tons of cameras. The intensity increasingly rises. And when you hear that first beeps, that's when shit gets intense. I end up in this mental state where the cameras almost feel blurred in my vision. That's where the noise just all of a sudden gets blurred. That's when I only hear my breath. You don't hear the tens of thousands of people screaming at you. You don't really see the people outside of the courses. And when you've then finished the first run, it's all about getting that contrast back again. So you were just outside the bubble, working yourself in the bubble, competing in the bubble, and then it's getting into the team hospitality zoning back out again, getting away from the crowd, getting away from the distractions, getting away from the noise, and just find myself again until you have to switch it up again. Coming back to the second run is just a complete different story than the first run. It's so much more added pressure. Being one of the last ones out, fighting for a podium spot. You're finishing the race off. There's not a single eye that's not on you at this point. Everyone's tuned in, and you know this. And when you cross the finish line in the second run, it's all done. And whether that result is making you the winner of the day or the loser of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. A crazy amount of emotions coming in at once. Such a pure, raw, and unique feeling. That's what gets you going. That's what makes you do all the sacrifices to be able to experience that feeling again. So that's why skiing is a form of art for me, because we've all got this canvas that we're writing our own path. And I want to take all those experiences into my routines, into my work, into my approach, and I'm really excited to see how that pay off.